before we get started, as is becoming custom, here's a quick reminder that we're doing a charity drive. Donate to a charity of your choice that benefits children. Send proof of that donation to joechristmascharity@gmail.com. On December 6th, the names of all people who donated will be put in a hat, and I'll draw the winner. That person will receive a European-exclusive Tiger Force Psych-Out, a complete version 1 Eel from HCC 788, and a convention-exclusive Hex Series 2 Red Blasted Land Orc from joecustoms.com. Greetings, mere mortals, and welcome back to Monster Month. This year, we're taking a look at the aliens of G.I.Joe. And we're continuing with the Lunartics Empire and another ghoulish creature. Meet Lobotomaxx. This figure was released in 1994 with all original body parts. And we really need to talk about the most obvious thing first. The neck. Dear Cthulhu, the neck. I mean, he looks like a freaking giraffe. Dude, that doesn't look like a giraffe. It looks like a dick. Really? Dude, if this is what your dick looks like, you might want to see a doctor. Or an exorcist. Anyway, that sure is a neck. The eyes in the middle of it really baffle me. How does this guy see things? Speaking of anatomical bullcrap, he's got 4 legs. To be specific, he has 4 lower legs, but just 2 upper legs. Haven't seen that before. It really makes no sense at all. But isn't that the whole point? We are so used to aliens as we see them in movies or on TV to be humans with rubber glued onto their faces. Even the xenomorph has 2 arms and 2 legs. So I can say it's good to see some innovation when it comes to depicting a visitor from another world here. This guy looks more alien than the frickin' Predator thanks to the neck and legs, to say nothing of the tail. Oh yes, the tail! It's bendable and even has a hole in it so you can put a gun or a sword in there. That's some great play value. Going back to the heads, it is a fascinating design. He's got a bottom row of teeth above his eyes, but no top row of teeth I can see, and he has what looks to be an exposed brain. See, now that is alien and interesting. Still, I can't get over the neck. Like the tail, it's supposed to be bendable too, but the plastic is so rigid, I'm afraid the whole thing will break off if I try to bend it. And it still looks like E.T. if he were designed by H.R. Giger. Moving on, the coloring and the look of his clothes remind me of a Roman centurion. An interesting design choice and... speaking of clothes, I just realized this guy isn't wearing any pants. He's buck naked from the waist down. And clearly this alien species believes in clothes because of that chest piece. So what, is this a Donald Duck situation? Or did he just forget his pants this morning? A cool little detail are his hands. He has 3 claws on each instead of 5 fingers.
It's a nice little touch they added there.
Finally, there's a sort of a strange thing when it comes to his feet.
Now, most G.I. Joe toys' feet have holes in them for the figure stands or the pegs on vehicles. Lobotomaxx has them too, though I don't understand why. He doesn't need a stand since, thanks to the 4 feet, he's probably the most stable figure they've ever made. And I can't think of a vehicle that he would fit on the way he's designed. Hell, he can't even sit down because the upper legs can only move a little bit, and of course because of the whole tail thing.
It's probably for the best that he can't sit down, considering his naked freaking ass.
Overall, I have to admit, this is a far better alien than Predacon, and he's got plenty of gruesome little details that work out quite well. It's just difficult to get over the long neck. It looks stupid. Now, if it had been more bendable, it would have been much better. Also, no pants. Can't overlook that. I guess his genitalia retract into his abdomen or something.
Not everybody keeps their genitals in the same place, Captain.
Moving on.
This was the only version of Lobotomaxx ever released, save for a slightly different colored version in Mexico. So it's time to talk about the character, starting and finishing with the file card. Yeah, this guy wasn't in the cartoons or comics either. Firstly, there's the artwork, which shows he is supposed to have a full mouth. But this doesn't come across on the figure. That's a failure of the sculpt right there. As for his personality, well, he hates everybody.
I can relate.
He's a bounty hunter, but he's also an alien annihilator. So does that mean he annihilates aliens? Or is he an alien that annihilates?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Good point.
The file card explains his intelligence is extremely limited because the top of his skull was sliced off by Predacon?
Wow, this just became hardcore horror.
This explains the exposed brain on his head. Though, man, Predacon must be able to jump really freaking high if he was able to do that. So, essentially, this guy got a lobotomy?
Hey, wait a minute.
Is that why he's called Lobotomaxx? So, does that mean he changed his name after he got the top of his head sliced off? Or is this just a cruel nickname the other aliens gave him? Or is this like a Harry Potter situation where everybody's name just happens to reflect them? Lupin and Sirius, I'm looking at you. And you too, Professor Bitch Queen.
I have to admit, though, this does add some horrific tragedy to the character.
And that was Lobotomaxx. Both the figure and the character certainly have monstrous elements about them. And this would have been a cool and excellent toy, but I just can't get over the stupid neck. I'm sorry. Especially since it fails as a playability feature that they were intending it to be.
Also, no pants. Until next time, mere mortals. And remember, if any part of your anatomy starts to resemble an alien, consult your doctor. Or a flamethrower.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle.